Happy Spookies, everybody. I hope you're all doing well, having a most excellent day. And today I'm going to briefly talk about Nope, a new film by Jordan Peele that was just released on VOD. I rented it on Amazon for like a hefty price, but in my opinion, it was well worth it.
What's a bad miracle? They got a word for that.
Also, this video is going to have spoilers, so just stop right now. Because, yeah, I just mostly want to talk about it, what my thoughts were, and what the fucking thing was at the end. Alright, so quick synopsis. It's all about this Animal Wrangler studio. I believe they're called the Haywoods or something like that. And unfortunately, Otis Jr. loses his dad at the very beginning of the movie, played by Keith David. Nickel falls through the sky out of nowhere with such force, going straight through his eyeball and everything on the back of his head, killing him. So 6 months down the road, and OJ is trying to just pick up the slack. He's left with a lot to take care of. You know, he's got this whole studio. He's not very comfortable with it. He's got his sister who's kind of like trying to do her own thing at the same time. He's got a lot on his plate, and it shows that he's not very like ready for it. At the very beginning, he has to do like a safety meeting, and he's very just shy, and he doesn't really want to talk too loud. So then Tim and his sister, they go back home, and they start experiencing really weird phenomenons, and they start noticing things in the sky. Okay, let's just you know what? Let's just talk about it. What is it? It's not a fucking alien. I don't believe it's an alien. It's to me, it seems like it's some sort of fucking being that's just most likely been on Earth for a very long fucking time. Like probably predates humanity and shit like that. And it's not. What's crazy is because it's so misleading. You're just led to believe it's a fucking UFO, but it's just shaped like that at the very beginning. It's got like that cylinder shape, but it does not move like a ship. And it's something that they pick up sort of right away at the beginning once they start like seeing it a little bit more and more. Like, you know, it doesn't move like a ship. I think the main guy even says like, you know, what if it's not a ship? The general consensus seems to be it's some sort of apex predator. I've seen this movie get referenced to Spielberg a lot. I can definitely see that, especially in particular with Jaws. And it feels like Jaws, and I've seen somebody say that, like Jaws in the sky, and it definitely felt that way. To me, it was some sort of like being, especially at the very end of the movie when it changes its fucking form and you just see it do like this sort of weird, like honestly, I got like straight up anime vibes, like Neon Genesis. Shout out to Jordan Peele. There's hardcore anime inspiration in this movie, and if you don't believe me, just look towards the end when Keke Palmer's on the fucking motorcycle. And he's even said it in an interview, dude. He fucking got to do the Akira slide. And the final form of the creature, in my opinion, is straight up like some fucking Neon Genesis kaiju type of shit, you know?
We've got a freaking kaiju up in this shit.
So yeah, it's definitely led you to believe it's an alien, but it's not, dude. It's fucking something, I don't know. And people are saying, you know, the movie Nope is, you know, not of planet Earth and stuff like that. I don't know why the fuck this dude named it Nope, to be honest. That's a main thing that goes on throughout the movie. Is people are just like, nope, I'm not doing that. Nope, nope, nope. You can just hear it all throughout the movie. Maybe just because, I don't know. I'm so interested as to why he called it Nope. Also, man, this movie there's like a few scenes in this movie that legit had my anxiety up the fucking roof. So, spoilers, again, spoilers. Yeah, I mean, I'm already spoiling it. One of the first scenes was the fucking, damn those kids, that's all I'm gonna say. Those fucking kids in those owl suits scared the shit out of me. But it was so funny to see his reaction when one was right next to him. That fool just like decked one. But yeah, the scene at the stable when you just see these creepy little kids. Well, you don't know they're kids, but they look like these owl fucking heads and shit like that. That legit had me scared. But I think the most terrifying scene, in my opinion, was when you find out what happens to Steven Yeun's character. So, Steven Yeun's in the fucking movie, Glenn from The Walking Dead, and I really enjoyed his character and like the stuff that he kind of like goes through, or he was a child star in this like TV show called Gordy's Show. I don't know, so Gordy's something.
Wait a minute, what happened to we both failed at finding good...
It's all about this family with a chimpanzee. And during one episode, Steven Yeun saying that, and you know what's interesting is the way Steven Yeun recalls the story when Keke Palmer's like, you know, so what really happened? He's like, you never seen the SNL sketch? And instead of just like, because we see it happen at one point, But it's interesting that he doesn't recall it in his point of view. He rather just tell it through a SNL sketch that was done by it, which was an awesome little bit when it was talking about like Chris Kattan and stuff like that.
But of course, the star of the sketch is Chris goddamn Kattan as Gordy, and he is undeniable.
Why do you all think that Steven Yeun didn't like just recall the story? It was so traumatizing, because it really was, dude. The footage we get to see of the ape just going ape shit is wild and terrifying in my opinion. So before I get to the most terrifying scene in my opinion, this is another scene that really scared me, is Gordy's show. We find out that during one episode of filming, I don't know, some balloons like popped off. They were giving him a birthday present, the freaking monkey, and he just lost it the second that those balloons popped, and he just killed like 6 people. I don't know how many people he killed, but he killed quite a bit of people. Damn, there goes the phone. And Steven Yeun's character is hiding under a table the whole time, witnessing everything. There's also like they kind of show you the aftermath of the incident at the very. They open it up with that, but you don't get to see what really like happened until very like midway through the movie. But what's interesting was the shoe. I've seen people talk about some scene with a shoe, and I'm not gonna sit here and question the laws of physics in a Jordan Peele movie, okay? But yeah, dude, Steven Yeun just witnessing this fucking ape going around killing his co-stars and shit like that was fucking terrifying, dude. There's a part where he's just looking bloody from the mouth, and the lady, she starts twitching, and he just goes down there and starts beating on her, and then you see him like dive down, like, and you hear noises, and you're just like, dude, this motherfucker is eating her face. And yeah, he's bloody as fuck. But what's interesting is that the monkey fist bumps Steven Yeun's character, and then later on, Steven Yeun profits off all this misery and all this fucking shit. He's got like a hidden room with all this memorabilia from the set, and particularly from the set of on that day, you know. And he even says like a couple, some like foreign couple paid him like $50,000 just to spend the night there. So he ends up exploiting the freaking monster. For the last 6 months, we find out that he has been feeding the horses that OJ has been selling him to try to make ends meet. That's another thing, is OJ hasn't been able to really pick up the slack. He's getting fired from jobs because he's just not competent enough. So he's been selling horses to Steven Yeun's character, who runs and operates some sort of like old Western type of like amusement park. And then Steven Yeun's character has been, last 6 months, feeding it to the freaking monster, and he's gonna try to exploit it and turn it into a show. This scene where everybody at the amusement park got sucked up, and you see what it's like, what happens to whenever whoever gets sucked up, was legit anxiety inducing, dude. I don't give a fuck. Seeing people get swallowed up and then they're just slowly being digested. You have absolutely no idea what's happening to you. You're probably in so much fucking pain. It is, even thinking about something like that happening, I don't know. I thought this movie was just magnificent, dude. And you know what's awesome about it? I think I wasn't too big of a fan of Us. Us was alright, you know. I think once you find out what's really happening with, like, you know, the duplicate people and stuff like that, I was like, oh, I started questioning a lot about it. With this, you're not really there's not a lot of explanation given to you. It's very simple. There's a fucking creature or an alien. We think it's an alien, but we find out it's some sort of like just creature, and it also has rules like every other like apex predator that goes out and hunts and stuff like that. Once we find that out, that's it. That's all we need to know. Who knows? Nobody really would know, right? On this, like, in this universe, nobody would really know what the fuck this is. So thank you for not giving some sort of over explanation as to what's going on, because I really just enjoyed being able to go into this movie and just like, okay, I don't really give a shit what this is or if this is ever explained. It is too insane to be explained, especially when that thing goes into its final form and it just turns into like this sort of angelic octopus looking thing. Oh man, that was beautiful. A lot of the cinematography in this movie is absolutely beautiful. There's also a really great scene where like there's like the creature is like spitting out all this blood or something, and it's like dripping all over the house. Beautiful, man. Jordan Peele, you are fucking amazing. Shout out. And I didn't mention it before, this motherfucker. And then the way they kill it, I think it's also an homage to Jaws because it's almost somewhat similar. I just rewatched Jaws. And the way they kill the monster, I believe they have like a tank in its mouth and they end up like shooting the tank for like all like the pressurized gas to blow up. This is essentially almost the same thing they do, but instead they have like some big blow up fucking doll. Like not necessarily a blow up doll, but one of those big blow up plastic things you see at an amusement park of like a cowboy or something like that. And they end up figuring it out. And who was it? Kiki Palmer. Damn, she killed it. At first I was kind of annoyed with her when she first like made her introduction. She was like just a little overhyper, but throughout the movie I was like, oh no, this chick is hella tight. And she's the one to figure out how to like, I don't know if she knows it's gonna kill her, but she takes a shot and releases this like balloon shaped cowboy, huge as fuck. The monster ends up devouring it, of course, and while it's being fucking digested, it pops, killing the monster, and she is able to get that perfect shot. Also, I really enjoyed how she got that shot through the wishing well camera. Dude, everything about this movie was just, I thought, brilliant, dude. You know what I didn't like about this movie? I didn't like the Angel character too much. I don't know. I thought he was really fucking annoying. If you want to find deeper videos, go, just type that shit in because you're not going to get that here. This is just my thoughts on the movie. I really loved it. I didn't need an over explanation. Hey, this is some sort of like creature that's on planet Earth for some reason. We don't know how long it's been here. We don't know what it wants. It's hungry, obviously. It wants to just eat and live. Probably be left alone. That's it. Fuck, the phone's ringing. You know what? I'm going to just cut this video right here. I hope you all have a great one. Happy spookies.
Fist bump.